What's up? What 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 up? Yo, man. Yeah, I know that, bro. It's sad, bro. Y'all know he going to jail though. Like the jail they putting him. I think they related to the victim. You know what I'm saying? Like this is crazy. You heard? I'm not gonna lie. I ain't never seen nothing like this ever in my life, bro. You heard? This right here is crazy, bro. I never seen nothing like this ever in my life, bro. The judge is buddy buddy with the victim's family, right? The judge buddy buddy with the victim's family. All white jury. He gets convicted. He's sent to a prison of the victim's family. Like the victim's family runs this prison. Yo, that's wow, son. I'm not even gonna lie, boy. That's dangerous, bro. You know what I mean? They might line him up immediately for somebody to try to get at him, bro. Yeah, they might have somebody immediately get at him, bro. You know what I mean? Damn, son, that's bad news, bro, for little homie, man. And you know what's crazy, bro? From the lawyers to the police, to the blacks, to the black police, the parole officers, the lawyers, you know, the parole. Like it seemed like none of these people take on these running for Senate, running for office, and whatever, Congress, Supreme Court. It seems, it just seems like nobody take on these positions to make change. Everybody is just with the program that's already enacted. Do y'all see what I'm saying, bro? This is why coonery is at its all-time disrespect, bro, because these people actually come from where we come from, bro. Have relatives that been through the same experiences the average black American. So for them, I'm not saying it's like, all right, in their mind state, they becoming all these things because they want to make change, but only making change in the hood. So that's what you want to be the police for. You don't want to be the police that make a change overall on how these people are treating your people, period. Like they just be down with the program. The same thing with the lawyers. These lawyers go to law school and it's like the same thing. It's like they take them through a brainwashing academy type. The same way when you be the police, they got to take you through an academy. That a lot of people don't understand that academy is the actual brainwashing stages where they strip you of where you from. This is why you got to be in the academy for 6 months, a year before you actually turn to police. Why? Because this gives them time to thoroughly investigate you and everybody you ever publicly been affiliated with, even down to your relatives. They want to know who your father is, who your mother is what they did in life. Oh, they losers. They was selling drugs. They was do. You see what I'm saying? And they take you through these stages to cleanse you of where you from. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna have a mouthpiece, have a good mouthpiece though. They're gonna have somebody from the neighborhood that was from the hood that's a great talker, you know what I mean, that can relate to you, and they're gonna use your life experiences with 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 their agenda. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna incorporate it and use your life experiences with their agenda. And it's gonna sound believable to you because this guy, he still got his hood aura. You know what I'm saying? He still, or he'll put that aura on when he's teaching. You know, when you got to go to their class, yeah, he's gonna put that aura on for y'all because he know y'all still fresh out the hood. So they gotta have a hood, someone relatable that can relate to you, black. You know what I'm saying? So have they're gonna have a mouthpiece there that can relate to you, and they're gonna basically strip you, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna basically strip you come from. So, yo, listen, I watched it. I've watched it. I watched it with parole officers. I'm talking about people I actually know that turned police or turned, you know, any kind of, I'm talking about law, I'm talking about lawyer, whatever you want to go, wherever you want to go. Instead of these people as black men and women trying to change things for the better, nobody want to change things for the better. They only want to change things for the money. And this will always be controlled, always be colonized. You know what I'm saying? This is why we gonna always be like that, bro. It's because everybody traded their morality and their principality for money. And the white people know that. They know black people, they know they know that they done deprived us so long of the riches, the good living, the brand new cars, you know what I mean? The houses. They know they done deprived us so long and so much with that that people yearn for it. You know what I'm saying? They willing to sell out their own people for it. They don't care. They just want to solidify them and their family. They don't care about the black people all across the board. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. They sell their soul for the buck. You know what I mean? But I feel like that's something that they gotta take up with when they when they when they pass along. You know what I mean? When they gotta when they gotta see God, bro, they gotta answer for that. You know what I mean? But yeah, for sure. It's cause it's systematic. It's systematic. That's why it's y'all fault. Everything is systematic, bro. Uh like I said before, I know people personally that come from the hood that turned police, that turned parole officers, that changed their life and went the other way and did productive things. Now, I'm not saying that being a police, being a parole officer, being a judge, being a black judge, or being a black lawyer, being a black district attorney is bad. Nah, that's actual good things to do with your life, right? But this is the problem. None of these black people that get in these positions, homie, right? None of these people make change for us. They don't study the game. They don't try to make moves and do things for us. They just get with the program that's already systematically in place. You know what I'm saying? They just they just help they if they a district attorney, they don't do nothing to try to help the people, you know what I mean? That's predominantly black that's coming in their courtrooms. Guess what they do? They say, okay, lock them up, send them upstate, lock them up, send them upstate, lock them up, send them upstate, lock them up. They don't do anything to try to, you know what I mean? Anything that's in their power. Nah, they just get with the system that's already in place. They don't try to say, all right, you know what? I'm gonna try to they don't try to come up with nothing. You know what I mean? Introduce new legislation or try to get these guys programs. If you know what I mean, they don't do nothing. So they just say they just get it right along with the program, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this is, they whitewash you to follow that program. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like when you see anybody that was black that was in office make any kind of change for us, when, you know what I'm saying? Like, but but yeah, man. But yeah, man, it's like, yo, man, they brainwash you, man. You know what I mean? They brainwash you, they strip you, they make sure they make sure you fully controllable, bro, before they send you out into their fields. You know what I mean? Basically. You know what I mean? Like, look, for instance, I got a homegirl, right? I got a homegirl. She turned police, right? Boom. I promise you, my whole family could tell you this. My whole family could tell you this. Before she got her actual badge, when she first was in the academy for the police, my whole family could testify to this, bro. I told all of them, I said, yo, listen, when she turned to police, when she get a real badge, she not gonna be the same person no more. She not gonna hang around the same people. She's not gonna hang around her day one friends, her day one family, nothing. She's gonna change. They was like, nah, she ain't gonna do that. I'm like, I'm telling you, bro. And my peoples is naive. They not street oriented like I am, son. So they don't understand. I've been dealing with police my whole life. I know how these. You ever seen the police in the club? Like a certified police, like, yo, this nigga is NYPD. You ever seen him in a club? No. You know why you don't see them in clubs? Because they got private parties. They throw private functions, private events. Yeah, they throw private events. This is why you rarely see these people out in real life. You don't really see police out in real life in a club, and you rarely see that. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because they have their own situations where they throw their own club, they go on a boat rides, they go on a, you see what I'm saying? They isolate themselves from everything. They isolate themselves from all friends. Everybody that's their friend now is in the police department. Everybody that's their family now is in the police department. They replace their real mothers with police mothers. Let me say that again. They replace their real mothers with police mothers. Like this, because everybody in the police department call this lady their mother, their mama. So they indoctrinate, and now she's in it now. She's calling her mother. Do you understand what I'm saying, bro? They indoctrinate you. They strip you, bro. You know what I'm saying? They strip you from where you from. They make everybody, they make you look up at everybody different, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the proof is just in the pudding, bro. The proof is in the pudding, bro. You see what I'm saying? Or the proof is in the pudding, man. Or the proof is in the pudding. I know they controllable. It's sad, bro. They controllable by money, bro. They'll sell their soul for the money. All of them. It don't matter what position they in. They could be a district attorney. They could be a black. They could be a black district attorney. You know what I mean? They could be a black officer. They could be a black commissioner. They could be a black judge. They could be a black Supreme Court judge. They don't care, bro, about us, homie. They only care about their pockets, their family, and that's it, homie. They don't care what happens to us, bro. They don't care how many of us get shipped off wrongfully or rightfully. They don't care, homie. They don't care. They're not there to make a change for that. You know what I'm saying? Like all the wrongly convicted, all the all the assaults on civilians. They not there for none of that, homie, to change none of that. They with the program, homie. They turning their head for the salary and the money. You know what I mean? Like, come on, how many people that y'all know, bro? Uh, you know, it was kumbaya when they was when y'all was all on the same level. But now this work in a hospital as a registered nurse, right? And now she bougie, or now he bougie. He don't come around this no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, like it is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? Word, it is what it is, bro. They make money from us being in prison, right? Isn't that what I heard? Yeah, they do. They make a lot of money off of you being in prison. You heard? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they make a lot of money, bro. Off of they make a lot of money off of that, bro. Off of prison, yeah. Because it's forced labor, you know what I mean? You make license plate, you make soap, you make hotel soap, all that hotel soap y'all be seeing when y'all be out and about, inmates make that. You know what I'm saying? All those school chairs you see in these those chairs and desks, and inmates make that. Yeah, inmates make them chairs that they sit in with the little, yeah, core craft. That's core craft. $1 billion industry. Most shelters, most shelters, uh, that's welded, those beds and those lockers that's welded and all that, that come from inmates. Most shelters. Core craft. We welded those lockers together. We welded those bed. If you look at shelters, definitely men's shelters, they look more like prison setups, because you know what I mean? It look more like prison setups. It's set up like a prison, 60, 70 bed dormitory, metal slats for the bed. You know what I'm saying? You got the prison mattress. You see what I'm saying? It's just like prison, you know what I mean? Prison locker, you know what I mean? So uh so yeah, man, yeah, that's a fact, son. It's like that though, bro. Trust me when I tell you though, bro. They all never make a change, bro. They never want to make a change. They just get in these slots and these positions where they're making money, and then they don't care. They just be like, man, I'm comfortable. I'm living life. I'm doing good. I don't care about nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the selfishness and the that starts seeping in. You know what I mean? When they start hitting a different tax bracket, where they could take flights and go to other countries, and they living good and they got a new car, and oh yeah, bro, it's over. You heard? They don't care about you, Holmes. You heard? Like, yeah, yeah, like they're gonna fuel their greed with what the people that indoctrinated them told them. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, these wait, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, yeah, son, you listen, you should hear how correctional officers, parole officers, you should hear how they talk about people. You should hear how they talk about people. They think everybody purse snatchers and robbers and rob old ladies, and you know nobody has no job. None of your family pay taxes. You know what I mean? None of your family pay taxes. You know what I mean? None of your family pay taxes. Your mother don't work. Your mother, like, yeah, like that's how they think, bro. You know what I mean? That's how they think. Nobody pay taxes in your family. Everybody criminals. That's how they think, bro. That's how they taught and trained to think. Everybody criminals. None of y'all pay taxes. All of y'all sell drugs. If you don't sell drugs, you're a chick. You selling coochie, or getting over somehow. You know what I mean? Yeah, correctional officers talk crazy. They all indoctrinated, bro. All of them, bro. None of them do nothing to make no significant changes. That's just the overall point. You know what I mean? And I'm saying this for DAs, black lawyers. They all coons, bro. They all coons, bro. Most of these people is all coons. That's just like right now, bro. Uh, uh, you will have people that's of our descent that'll attack us if the higher power told them to. They would be on those front lines attacking their own people, bro. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, where do you draw the line as a black person, son? Where do you draw the line? If they said, yo, today or tomorrow, suit up. All y'all just gotta suit up. It's us against them. Where do you draw the line? They say, nah, homie, I'm not doing those like that. Where they don't draw the line? They just go with all right, we down. It seemed like they applaud to be down with them. It seemed like a losing mentality, like can't beat them, join them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and because it's the same persistent pattern with all of them. You know what I mean? All of them, don't matter what they is, a judge, a black judge, it don't matter, bro. What change have you made? A black president, what change have you made, my nigga? What change? What change? What has changed, bro, for black people? Nothing. You see what I'm saying? Nothing. All these positions that these people is at in life right now that they brag about, right? Black lawyers, black doctors, black judges, um and men, black senates, black, what have they done though? When you really what you did? Nothing. So this is a prime example of Carmelo. You know what I'm saying? With his lawyer, you know what I mean? He seemed like a coon. You know what I'm saying? Like for sure, he seemed like a coon, bro. Tupac rolling in his grave. I feel like this, bro. I feel like, yo, son, I feel like as black people as a whole, I feel like we ain't gonna never understand until it's too late. I mean, the 5% know what's up already. You know, it's always been like that. The 5% gonna always know what time it is, right? But I feel like the deaf, dumb, and blind, bro, it's gonna take something catastrophic or something so severe. But by that time, it's gonna be so late, bro. It's gonna be too late, bro. And our women, our children, they're gonna wish, bro. You know what I mean? They're gonna wish that they all stuck together, bro. Even the people that think they good, even the coons that tap dance that think they great, that think they good, bro. You know what I mean? That think they good. They done bow down to master all their life. They did everything master told them to do. You know, even them, you know, they'd be snaked also. You know what I'm saying? In the end. You know what I mean? Like, but that's why I feel, bro. By the time, people realize we're shaking, it's gonna be too late. Man, woman, and child, bro. They're gonna wish. You know what I mean? They're gonna wish that they stuck together. Black, I'm talking about black man, woman, and child, bro. They're gonna wish that. They're gonna wish. You know what I mean? The old gonna wish they ain't go against the young. The young gonna wish they respected the old. Everything, bro. The women gonna wish they respected the man. The man gonna wish they respected the woman. Everybody gonna be regretful, bro. And I feel like who gonna get the real burnt end of it is the women and the kids. You know what I'm saying? The women and the kids is gonna get the real burnt end of it because whatever shall happen, you know what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? You know what they're gonna do. They're gonna try to eliminate the black man as fast as possible. You know what I mean? And then that lead the women and the kids, and then you know what they're gonna do to them. You know what I mean? You know what they're gonna do to the women and the kids. They're gonna grape the women how they feel. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna grape the women how they feel. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk, real talk, bro. People think this is a game, bro. You know what I mean? I feel like when it hit the fan out here for real, for sure, everybody gonna wish they stuck together. Everybody gonna wish they ain't put salary over loyalty. You know what I mean? Everybody gonna wish they ain't put salary over family. Everybody gonna wish, bro, that they stuck together out here, man. Trust me, believe that. Yup, believe that, bro. Because if it come to a all out, every man for theyself out here, that's what niggas gonna wish. They gonna wish that they stuck together and it was love. You know what I'm saying? East London, yeah, it be like that, son. It be like that, bro. It's sad, but that's what's what it is, bro, out here, man. You know, everybody is in it for money. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what position in life that they elevating, that they trying to elevate to, and the system understands that, bro. The system understands like, yo, these the niggas that created the system understands like, yo, these is we got all the money. We been had all the money. How you think the system was created? Like people be trying to act like we bugging. People be trying to act like we bugging, son. Like, how do you think the system that we living in was created? You think they created with it with no money? They created it with old slave money, bro. What are you talking about? People be trying to act like you're bugging, bro. You know what I mean? Like, bro, talking about, bro. The system that we living in, how you thinking it was created? You think it was created with no money? Yeah, man, they created that. They created the system with slave dollars, bro. It is what it is. Just the facts of it. You could try to act like it don't exist or I'm lying or it's the facts, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you just think this is a game, homie. Like, you mad at the truth. So you want to throw insults, AD. You mad at the truth. You know what I'm saying? The system was created with slave dollars, bro. It is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you want to get mad at the truth. So they throw insults. Regular vibes, you heard? Mad at the truth, so you throw insults. They created the system with slave dollars, bro. So they know you need my money. No matter what field that you choose to go in, I created it. What are you talking about? What are y'all talking about? No matter what field you try to become large in, I created these fields. Doctors, lawyers, hospitals, banks. Where you trying to work at? I created it. It's my what you talking about. And if you want to work in these things, in these positions, this is what you're going to do, and this is how you're going to conduct yourself. This is what you're going to wear too, if I say so. What do you mean? This is what you even going to wear if I say so. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking? It's their system, bro. What are you talking about? Know what I'm saying? Like, what you talking about, bro? Yeah, I know niggas mad at the truth. So you gonna throw insults, bro. It is what it is. You want to work in my system, bro, that I created, basically. You working in my system that I created, or me and my buddies and my pals created. You working in a system that we created, and we keep amending. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's a fact, CB. Yeah, we still is, bro. All my whole point is don't nobody make a change, bro. The system is designed for you to throw your morals and your principles away, bro. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The principle, if you want to make these big salaries and all that, bro, the system, yeah, bro, they're gonna make sure that you strip, bro, and that the people that you once loved, you look down on and they look down on you. So you can't even return. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the game that they play. Like, yeah, we'll give you this 300,000 a year. Uh-huh. Yeah, we'll give you that. People traded riches over family. That's what people did, bro. Word. And they know that. That's how they cause division, bro. That's how they cause division. You know what I'm saying? Slavery did not create America. Man, get off my mother and channel, man. Stupid ass. Talking about slavery ain't. Man, these niggas be stupid, yo. Yo, you heard this stupid man? Nigga says slavery ain't. Oh my God, these niggas is crazy, man. You even heard President Trump say Black Americans built this country, man. You even say it. You even heard Trump racist ass say that we don't get enough credit for building this country, bro. You even heard Trump racist ass say it, bro. But you trying to deny it. Who the fuck is you, nigga? Who the fuck you think you is, man? Man, these motherfuckers is crazy, bro. Trump admitted it on national television. He going, who the fuck is you? Fucking crack. Oh yeah, he's a cracker. Yeah, look at your dumb ass on somewhere, man. Yeah, he's a stupid. Yeah, he's a stupid hillbilly, man. Talking about and Trump admitted it on national television that we built this country. Talking about, man. Nigga in denial that we built this country, bro. The buddy in denial. He reading some textbook play, you heard? You heard he reading some textbook 15%. He reading some textbook that the government wrote. He reads some textbook. I mean, he reads some textbook play that the government wrote. Yeah, man. Only 15% of America was built by the slaves. Hey, man, shut up, man. Stupid. Know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Carmel might be in trouble, man. Being in the jail of a relative that you killed, man. The warden might try to make something happen to him, man. even though he in protective custody, bro. That's why they put him in protective custody because they know they put that boy in that jail. They gonna try to kill him. Yeah, for sure. They're gonna try to kill Shorty, man. They got to get him out that jail, bro. I never seen somebody go to state prison that fast, though. That was fast. I never seen somebody go to state prison that fast. You usually still in the county jail for about a year, 6 months, 90 days before you go to state prison, bro. You know what I mean? You usually, in the county for a few months before they could even have room for you. You know what I mean? They got to create room because you know why? It's mad people before you. You know what I mean? It's mad people before you that was sentenced before you that was waiting for a bed. So how did he get pushed up in front of all those people that was waiting for a bed, bro? You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. All them people that was waiting for a bed before Shorty, you know, how you get in front of all of them? But yeah, man, a lot of these people, man, they get in these positions, bro. They don't even try to make no change, bro. They all sellouts, bro. I'm not saying you know, don't do your job. You know what I mean? Don't do your job description. I'm just saying, how are you making change? Like I watch black officers watch white officers punch black people in the face repeatedly and don't do nothing. Like I've seen this, bro. Like how you don't know that's he's punching them with racism, bro. Like you don't see that, bro. Like, yeah, I mean, like how you not like yo, I watched one clip where all white officer was just punching the hell out this black girl, and the black officer he let him punch. He let the white boy punch her mad times before he was like, yo, before he gave him like a little shove, like, yo, man. But my thing is, like, how you gonna watch him just decker like that, bro? Knowing that is racially motivated. You see what I'm saying? Like they don't make no change. They just get along with the program. They just turn the eye. Like, yeah, man, I know he punched that girl mad time. They only care or tell when they get caught and they under scrutiny and things like that. You know what I'm saying? They're there for a check. Nah, man, you tripping, bro. You tripping. I'm not letting you assault somebody on my watch, homie. Like if I was the police, you not doing that, bro. I'll beat you the fuck up in the locker room, bro. Word of my mother, son. I have all them police shook, bro. Don't assault nobody around me, bro. You heard? Like you do that shit on your time. You do that on your time with your squad or your partners. You do that with me, and I'm gonna fuck you up, bro. Straight up, bro. That's how I would be. I would the police. Yo, listen, let me tell y'all something. I seen COs that move like that, bro. The sucker COs that be jumping people and all that. I watch COs that was street from the street tell these COs like, yo, son, listen, you do that sucker jumping is with handcuffs and shackles on around me, and I'm gonna you up in the locker room, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you gonna have to see me in the locker room. I'm talking about face to face in it with a nigga with hands in a nigga face. Like, yo, listen, son, y'all some pussies. Like niggas don't like that, bro. They don't like that you jumping on is with handcuffs and shackle, beating somebody bloody and dragging them out and throwing them in a cage. Some people still have humanity in them. You know what I mean? Some people don't like that you a sucker like that. You know what I mean? Now, some people might get indoctrinated inside the suckerism, right? You know what I mean? And they might not think nothing is wrong with it. They might not think nothing is wrong with what they doing. They might not think nothing is wrong with what they doing. Um, And I done seen people approach these people like, yo, listen, son, you ain't gonna do that on my shift. On my shift, y'all not gonna jump nobody. You jump somebody on my shift, and I'm gonna see you in the locker room. I'm gonna break you up. And I done seen this face to face, like tension, like, yo, yeah, what's up? And I seen black men stand on that, bro. Like, bro, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna jeopardize my job. You're not gonna jeopardize my name. I seen people stand up to, bro. Like, yo, even yeah, they inmates and all that. But you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna jump them and beat them with handcuffs and they can't defend themselves. I'm from the block. I'm from the hood, son. And they still have their morals and their principalities about they self, humanity, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro, that's wrong. You know what I mean? How you as a black man gonna watch a white boy attack a black man and there's no reason to do it? Indoctrination. That's the only answer to it, bro. They indoctrinated, bro, with the blue wall of shell or whatever, secret societies they be having. So basically, you turning a blind eye to racist attacks because you down with the police, or you down with the POs, or you down with the COs, or you down with the DA office, or you down you turning a blind eye to racist stuff, racist comments in the judge's office, racist, you turning a blind eye to that, and you black. I seen it all the time. I seen it all the time. Come on, man. These people gonna sold their soul, man, for comfortability, bro. Most of these people, man. These lawyers, all that, man. Carmelo, lawyer, man. Same thing with him, man. You know, but cry when someone uses freedom of speech. Yo, listen, buddy. Y'all know what y'all be doing when y'all be trying to say the N word and all. Y'all know what y'all be doing. So if you get your eyebrows smacked off, that's on you, bro. You know what you doing. You know what you doing, bro. So if you say it and you get your mustache punched off, that's on you. You say it and you act and you get killed, that's on you. You know what I mean? You know what you doing. You know what I mean? It may not be right, but it don't matter. Oh, but it may not be right. Which one is it, homie? Which one is it? It may not be right or it don't matter. You can't have both. You can't say it don't matter, but it ain't right. You can't. Which one? Which one is you can't say both. That's stupid. It's oxymoron, home dog, homeboy. You can't. What are you talking about, bro? You can't say, yeah, man, it's not right, but it don't matter. Matter of fact, it don't matter, but it ain't right though. You know what you doing, bro. Y'all white boys know what y'all doing when y'all be saying that, bro. You know what I mean? Y'all know what y'all be doing, man. Y'all know what y'all be doing. And all my 44 years of living, I ain't never had no white boy call me no nigga. You know what I'm saying? It ain't never happened to me, bro. You know what I mean? You know, that ain't never happened to me, bro. I've been waiting my whole life for it, though. I've been waiting. I've been waiting, but it ain't never, ever, ever, ever happened to me, bro. It ain't never, ever happened to me, bro. I've been waiting my whole life for that. Like, what? Are you okay, Sonic? Oh, you got flame. That. You talk about you talk about nigga. What do you mean, nigga? Straight up. But it was never because he called him that word. Yeah, I know. He was advancing toward him. tried to hit him, so he stabbed him. It is what it is. He advanced toward him, tried to hit him, and he stabbed him. Know what I'm saying? No, he not guilty. If you advancing toward me, bro, isn't that stand your ground? Isn't that stand your ground, bro? If you advancing toward me, right, and I defend myself, man, where you get these statistics from? Where you got these statistics from, huh? Where you got it from? The victors of war. Where you get the statistics from? The victors of war. Who app you got it off of? Who app you got it off of? Uh, what app you got it off of? Google. Controlled by who? Owned by who? Come on, man. All this information is controlled, dog. You heard? I don't be caring about y'all fake statistics and the statistics that the government put out there for us. The you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to hear that. Same game, different players. Exactly, man. I mean, like, it's crazy, man. They control all the information, bro. It's AI controlled, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, people so stupid today, bro. I remember people used to actually think with their brain back in the days. Like, people used to actually have a brain and be able to think back in the days, bro, in the free world, bro. People used to actually use their brain. Today, people is just dumb as hell, bro. Can't see nothing. That's why it's always gonna be 5% out of 100, bro. You know what I mean? They say 85% is deaf, dumb, and blind, bro. You know what I mean? And that's a fact, though. That's a fact, though, bro. They say 80, yo, bro. When they say that, that's not a lie, bro. 85% is deaf, dumb, and blind, bro. That's a fact, bro. Yes, sir, bro. That's not even a yeah, bro. That's not even a overestimation, bro. That is a fact, bro. 85% of the people is deaf, dumb, and blind, bro. They'll only see the truth when it's too late. That's how 85% of the people are. They'll only see the truth when it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, I can't believe that the government is doing this, man. I can't believe it, man. Oh my God. Man, black people been trying. Yeah, I know y'all is gonna disconnect me. Yeah, I know y'all is. I know y'all is gonna mess with my channel. Yeah, I know y'all is gonna mess with the channel. I start zapping. Bing, 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 bing. I think that's warning shots. Let me stop talking about that type of stuff, man. If you think white people made no contribution to ending slavery and building America, then you're not honest with yourself. Let me tell you something, Blizz. You're stupid because they didn't have no contribution. You know what really happened? He just got up and everything up and came up north. That's what really happened. That's the real history about what happened. The is in the South just wowed out and came up north. It was like 500,000 is up north, and they ain't know what to do with all the black people, nigga. That's the real history, stupid. You talking about niggas free they self. Yeah. What you talking about, nigga? And they couldn't do nothing about it. Yeah. Look that history. Look that history up, Blizzard. Yeah, look that history up. Yeah. Yeah, look that history up, buddy. Yeah, look that history up. Yeah, look that history up, buddy. Smart ass. Yeah, look that history up. They ain't let nobody out. They just got tired. Yeah. Started wilding and came up north, and the government up north was like, yo, what are we gonna do? They was like, yo, return them back to their slave masters. They was like, yo, they wasn't going nowhere. And guess what? It was, they said, all right, okay, we gonna keep them. Why you think, man, people had factory jobs back in days, bro?